girl Kia, aka the Concrete Rose, and I'm back with another video. So as you guys can tell by the title, today is going to be 11 signs of spiritual psychosis. This will be my last video talking about spiritual psychosis, you guys. I am so very appreciative of everybody that has been tuning into my video. Literally, like, my video is like at 1,000 views and 70 something likes, which is absolutely like mind-blowing to me, because when I first recorded that video, I was so scared, I was so nervous. I didn't know like the response that I was gonna get, honestly, from sharing that experience. So to see you guys just pour so much love into me, and to also, you know, see you guys saying that you've also experienced something like that, it just lets me know that I'm seen, I'm heard, and I'm validated, and you are also seen, heard, and validated as well. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer. I am not a mental health professional, so if you are someone that you know, if you think that someone or yourself is in a spiritual psychosis, definitely reach out to a trusted loved one, check yourself into a hospital, call 911, do the things that you need to do. I will actually put the national hotline number down below in the description box, so that way you guys can make that phone call if you feel like you need to, but yeah, guys, I just want to say thank y'all so much. But yeah, I'm done talking about it, y'all. I'm in completely new energy, and I feel like God honestly works in mysterious ways, because to have gone through that while I was in the middle of that, y'all, I literally thought I was dying, okay? And to come out full circle, and now I'm sitting here and I'm like basically telling you guys about my journey and giving you guys signs and warnings of this. It's just like, wow, like I never thought I would be here, to see my video get so much love. It's just like, y'all, I'm just so appreciative. And if y'all see me like looking around and shit, it's because I'm sitting in grass right now and it's like hella ants. And yeah, I like low-key want to move, but I've already started the video, so I'm trying not to move. Okay, so let's just hurry up and get into this. Okay, so what is spiritual psychosis, right? What is spiritual psychosis? And y'all, I took notes. And then also another thing that I want to say is everything that I'm saying are things that I personally experienced when I was in spiritual psychosis, okay? It may show up different, for somebody else. I can only go off the information that I have from the experiences that I have, It's definitely good to listen to other people that have gone through spiritual psychosis, because maybe the things that I say doesn't resonate with you. But this is only my experience, and I'm just sharing with you guys my experience, so that way, if you guys notice the signs within yourself or with someone else, you can get help, and then also, if you are like binge watching a ton of videos about like spiritual psychosis and you're trying to figure out if you're in a spiritual psychosis, I'm gonna say like 8 times out of 10, again, I'm not a mental health professional, but I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, you're not in spiritual psychosis. People that are in spiritual psychosis are not in a rational mind to realize that they're in a spiritual psychosis. You would be like, if you were in a spiritual psychosis and someone told you that you were in a spiritual psychosis, you would probably feel like they're the devil. You would probably feel like, they're trying to like come after you and shit like that. Like they're kind of like your adversaries and shit. So yeah, I just want to kind of like soothe you a little bit, that if you feel like you're in a spiritual psychosis and you're sitting here binge watching all of these videos about signs of spiritual psychosis and how to know if you're in a spiritual psychosis, 8 times out of 10, babe, you're not in spiritual psychosis. But again, I'm not a mental health professional, so you should still seek help, still talk to somebody, and figure out, what's the best plan of action for you. But okay, so what is spiritual psychosis? I wrote, spiritual psychosis is when a person is no longer able to discern the difference between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Okay, guys, they merge together. You are not able to discern, you know, is this real life? Is this a spiritual experience that I'm having? You know, like, what's going on? You're very confused, you know. Everything they do, say, and think is based on their belief that that's what God instructed them to do. Everything becomes a sign from God. They are not grounded in this physical reality. And when you try to explain this to them, you now become the devil or someone who is against them or trying to harm them. If ignored, it will continue to progress and become worse. You guys, literally, like, my spiritual psychosis, like the event that I explained in my video, it didn't start there. I didn't just wake up one day and was in that mindset. No, there were months leading up to that. You know, there were signs. Like, in hindsight, looking back, I can recognize the signs. But like I said in my video, y'all, I was the first one really, like, awakening in my family, you know, and so I didn't really have anyone around me that knew the signs. I didn't even have the vocabulary to explain to someone what I was experiencing, what I was going through. You know, I was completely new to spirituality. I was completely new to, like, all of this information. And I lacked the knowledge, and the people around me lacked the knowledge, okay? So if it is ignored, if the person keeps going on, being in this mindset, it will get worse, you guys. It will get worse. It's not something that will just magically go away. No, because the person will keep, like, feeding into these beliefs, feeding into these thoughts, you know. And again, because they cannot discern their physical reality from the spiritual realm, they will think that the things happening to them are real. Like, they will legit, like, feed into this, and it'll keep building them up, making them more out of touch with reality. Okay, all right, so let's get into the 11 signs of spiritual psychosis. Okay, number piece, y'all. So my phone overheated, so I'm sorry for, like, the change of background and stuff, but I really just want to get this out to y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading the 11 signs of spiritual psychosis for you guys. Okay, so number 1 is lack of personal hygiene. Examples: not brushing your teeth, not taking a shower, and not washing your hair. Okay, and you know, if you Black, I know we don't wash our hair every day, child. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, if you look up and it's been like a whole month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, baby, and you ain't washed your head, you know, you finding that it's been a few days and you have not left that one spot, you know, like, you still have not washed up, you have not brushed your teeth. Like, if it's that, then that can be a sign of spiritual psychosis, because you're literally just so focused on consuming this spiritual knowledge that you don't even care about your physical body anymore. You just want to know the spiritual knowledge, you know. So you're probably, like, binge watching all these spiritual videos, you know. You're probably, like, listening to just all of this different content, you guys. And instead of you focusing on your physical reality and grounding into your physical reality and integrating these new teachings into your physical reality, instead you're just up in the ethers, you know, completely unaware of the fact that you have not moved, you have not washed up, you have not brushed your teeth, you have not done anything. Okay, number 2 is loss of interest in hobbies and passions. You guys, you no longer want to hang out with friends, you no longer, you know, want to, I don't know, you know, you no longer want to do the things that you used to love to do. All you're focused on is the spiritual knowledge. All you're focused on is the spiritual realm. All you're focused on is, you know, enlightenment. You know, that's all you're focused on. That's what all of your energy is going into, you know. Number 3 is extreme paranoia. Okay, example: afraid to leave your home, fear of cameras recording your every move, afraid to speak out loud, and fear of people listening to your thoughts. And like I said in the beginning, you guys, all of this stuff I am saying because I have personally experienced this, okay? So y'all, it was literally to a point, because at first I was gonna say I was gonna put anxiety, but honestly, like, if you're in a psychosis, it's past anxiety at that point. You are literally paranoid. You are literally scared for your life. You are literally like looking over your shoulder everywhere you go. You know, there was a point when it started getting really bad where I was scared to leave my room. You guys, like, I was also scared to leave my house, but once it started progressing and getting worse, I was scared to leave my own bedroom. I did not want to leave my bedroom. I was scared to like get in the shower because I thought somebody was gonna hurt me. Like, it was to that point where I was literally like glued to my bed. It was a huge accomplishment for me to just get up and use the bathroom. It was a huge, and that's also something, you know, to my women, you know, experiencing frequent like UTIs and things because you don't want to use the bathroom because you're so paranoid, you're so scared, you just rather like sit there complacent in one place. You know, you're not connected to your physical body, so you don't even realize that you have to use the bathroom. Like, you look up and hours have passed and you have not used the bathroom, and you haven't even thought about using the bathroom. Okay, like, for real, y'all, like, this is real shit. Like, this is real shit, and I'm being completely honest and I'm being completely transparent, y'all, because this shit is no joke. And if you or somebody that you know is experiencing this, you really need to get, you know, help for them, for real. Okay, so yes, so number 4 is loss of sleep / insomnia. And I want you guys to know that the effects of sleep deprivation can show up within just 24 hours of not having sleep. It doesn't have to be that you haven't slept for multiple days, okay? But usually if you are in a psychosis, you have missed a lot of sleep. That's usually the first thing that they tell people to do when they are recovering from psychosis is go to sleep. Go to sleep. You know, you also will probably experience really vivid nightmares, or, you know, really intense nightmares when you do finally get the chance to go to sleep, you know? So it's like you have been up. You finally doze off, you finally go to sleep, and now you're in this like hellish ass nightmare. And then so you wake up and now you don't want to go back to sleep because the dream was just that intense. The dream was just that scary. You feel me? And okay, so number 5 is severe depression / thoughts of suicide or self-harm. Y'all, okay, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, thoughts of hurting yourself. Okay, thoughts of hurting yourself, being super depressed, you know, not wanting to move, not wanting to go anywhere, just being super sad. You know, you're either on one side of the spectrum where you are in a spiritual psychosis of you feel like you are God, you know, you feel like you are the new Jesus, okay? Or you are on the spectrum of spiritual psychosis where you feel like you've been left behind. You feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know anything. I'm so scared. I'm gonna die. My life is over. You know, like, it's 2 spectrums to it, okay? All right. Number 6 is deeming everything as a spiritual encounter or a message from God. Y'all, I'm so serious. Now, I want to make a disclaimer, okay? I am a spiritualist, okay? I am psychic, okay? I do have psychic experiences. I do communicate with my spiritual guides. So I'm not saying that spiritual encounters are fake. That is not this type of video, okay? I totally believe in the spiritual realm. I totally believe in spiritual guides and spiritual experiences and different realms and different dimensions and things of that nature. But y'all, everything everything though, you think no. At some point you have to ground. Like, spirit is not supposed to be talking to you all day every day. Like, spirit knows that you still have a physical human existence to tend to. You know, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, like, spirit is not sitting there talking to you all day every day. No, they want you to get up, they want you to care for yourself, they want you to care for your family. Like, they're not sitting there talking to you all day every day, y'all. Okay. All right, and then number 7 is cutting off family and friends from fear of them being the devil or evil if they do not agree with your thoughts and beliefs. Y'all, and y'all see this a lot. Y'all see this a lot in a lot of spiritual communities and a lot of religious communities. It don't even matter, you know, if you're in a spiritual community or a religious community. You see this a lot. If people don't agree with what you're saying, or, you know, how you view the world, automatically they're the devil. Automatically they're trying to harm you. Automatically, you know, they're an agent. Automatically it's like, you know, they're watching you and shit like this. It's like you just blow things out of like proportion. You don't just feel like, okay, you know, maybe they just see life in a different perspective than I do. No, it's automatically like, this person is the devil. You know, this person, like, I gotta cut off this person, I gotta cut off this family member, you know. And a lot of us go through that when we're first awakening, when we're first experiencing a spiritual awakening. We feel like we have to cut off our family members. We feel like we have to cut off our friends if they're not on a spiritual journey. I have been through this, y'all. Like, I started looking at my family weird because they weren't on a spiritual journey, and I felt like I was the only one awake. And if you weren't awake, you know, if you weren't into spirituality, then, you know, if I'm hanging out with you, baby, I'm gonna be left behind and all this. It was like a whole spiraling of, you know, just emotions and stuff that it just wasn't necessary, y'all. We have to learn how to coexist. We have to learn how to just realize, like, okay, this person has a whole different perspective on life, on God. You know, some people don't even believe in God, y'all. Like, some people just believe that we're on a floating rock by some way, you know. Like, some people don't even believe in the spirit realm. Like, so you just have to realize that not everybody is you, not everybody thinks like you, not everybody views the world in the way that you view the world. So just learn how to coexist, you guys. Like, it doesn't have to be on, no, oh, this person is the devil, this person is out to get me, or anything like that. Number 8 is feeling of being detached from your body / feeling as though you are in the back seat of your human vessel, disorientation, blurred vision, or feeling of walking sideways, you guys. And this was something that I experienced when my psychosis was like at its peak, y'all. I literally felt like I didn't feel like I was in my body. Well, I felt like I was in my body, but it was almost like I was literally in the backseat of my body, y'all. Like, I can't describe that no more vividly. Like, it literally felt like I was in the backseat of my body, and instead of walking straight, I was walking sideways. Everything was sideways, you know. The world was sideways, legit, y'all. Literally, like, I'm seeing this with my own eyes, you know. My vision was very blurred. I was disoriented. I didn't know, well, I knew where I was at, right? Like, I knew I was in my house, but it felt like I was like not in this reality, y'all. Like, it literally felt like I was in a whole nother plane of fucking existence, okay? And then number 9 is neglecting responsibilities. Example, not paying bills, not cleaning your home, not checking the mailbox, not washing your clothes, etc. Again, just being detached from this physical reality, y'all. You know, a lot of people, when they're first awakening, they realize that this world is shitty, okay? which is not. Like, I have definitely evolved from that perspective, but a lot of people, you know, just start waking up to the ways in which this world is really corrupted as hell, you know. And so it's like, okay, I'm just not gonna pay my bills, you know, and you're sitting there getting eviction notice after eviction notice after eviction notice. Okay, you done lost all your damn possessions because you feel like, you know, money is fake. I don't need money. I don't need anything. And it's just like, sure, if you want to live your life that way, cool. But when you wake up one day and everything is fucking gone and you have nothing because you have literally driven yourself into oblivion, yeah, okay, yeah. So ignoring your physical responsibilities, okay, can be a sign of spiritual psychosis, okay? Number 10 is thoughts of harming others because God told you to. Y'all, this is a big thing, and we have heard many different stories of serial killers and things of that nature going on rampant killings because they feel like God told them to do that, or they feel like it was their mission to do that. I don't really feel like I need to, you know, delve more deep into that, baby. God is not telling you to go and kill nobody. God is not telling you to do that. Your spirit guides that are of love, light, truth, and wisdom are not telling you to go kill nobody. Seriously. Seriously, like, really sit and think about that. Spirits of love, light, truth, and wisdom that are here for your development, that are here for your evolution, that are here to assist you in this awakening, they're not telling you to go kill nobody. Okay? Period. And then number 11, which is the last one, I said talking in code to people who have no idea what you're talking about, or words and sentences coming out jumbled or not making sense. Also, vice versa. You could be hearing words and sentences come out jumbled or think people are speaking in code to you, but you have no idea what they're saying, which leads to more confusion and paranoia. That was pretty, you know, like self-explanatory, you guys. Literally pretty self-explanatory, okay? So yeah, guys, these were the 11 signs of spiritual psychosis, okay? As far as like recovering from spiritual psychosis, like I said, guys, community is the most important thing for a person coming out of spiritual psychosis, or, you know, who is actively in spiritual psychosis. Okay, community, support, you know, talking to a therapist, talking to a psychiatrist, you know, talking to a loved family member, you know, to a significant other, you know, yeah, journaling out your feelings, y'all. Like, I was so paranoid to where, and this is why journaling is such a radical act for me right now in this moment today, okay? Because when I was in psychosis and, you know, coming out of psychosis, I was so scared to even write my feelings down. I was so scared to even write my thoughts down because I felt like somebody was like listening to my thoughts as I was writing them down. Like, yeah. So, you know, journaling, listening to instrumentals, you know, not necessarily listening to music with words. Because if you're deep in a psychosis, again, you can think everything is like a spiritual message and everything is like talking to you and stuff. So if you're listening to music, you're really, which, you know, this is normal, you know, we pay attention to the lyrics and stuff, but when you're in psychosis, it's just on a different level. You know, the music that you listen to is very like intense. The TV that you watch is very intense. I recommend no watching TV, staying away from TV until you feel comfortable enough for you to sit down and watch a show and still be like in your right state of mind, you know. But yeah, listen to instrumentals. A type of music that I listen to is called Lofi. It's Lofi. They have a whole entire YouTube channel. Look it up, Lofi. you know, and it's just literally instrumentals. They have jazz, they have blues, they have hip hop, they have chill, they have R&B, they have all different types of things, and it's literally just beats, you know, just beats. So I definitely recommend that. I also recommend staying off social media. Stay off social media, you know, especially if you got really, really deep into the spiritual knowledge and you find yourself following all of these spiritual pages, because when you go on social media, it's going to be nothing but spiritual shit when you're trying to kind of ground back into this physical reality. Okay, so that's really not going to be helpful to your mental state. So stay off of social media. Just be mindful of the things that you're watching. Be mindful of the people who you're around. Yeah, you know, you just really have to be very, very cautious about what you are giving your attention to when you are recovering from a spiritual psychosis. Okay, and then as far as like causes, you know, what causes a spiritual psychosis, like I said previously, y'all, you don't have to be spiritual to be in a spiritual psychosis. Okay, you can be religious and be in a spiritual psychosis. You can be the most Christian of Christian, okay, and still be in a spiritual psychosis. Okay, a spiritual psychosis is literally just when you cannot discern your physical reality from the spiritual realm. Okay, to put it bluntly, plainly, that is what a spiritual psychosis is. Okay, and so what causes this is, you know, listening to content that basically reinforces these negative thoughts. You guys, like, while I was in spiritual psychosis, I was consuming all of these different like tarot videos and stuff like that were basically saying like people were out to get me, people were gonna hurt me, harm me, people were spying on me and things like that. Obviously, a person in spiritual psychosis does not need to be listening to stuff like that. But because I was in that mindset, that was reinforcing what I was feeling, which drove me even more into oblivion. Okay, which drove me even more into a psychosis, you know. Yeah, you know, that's basically like what caused it for me. You know, just being around people who are like super, you know, if you're on the religious end, being around people who are like super religious to where like every time you talk to them, they're talking about the end of the world. Every time you talk to them, they're talking about Jesus is coming back. Okay, every time you talk to them, they talking about, oh, the rapture. Like, literally, when it gets to that point, you need to like stay away from them, you know, because being around people like that is what causes you to be in a spiritual psychosis. Okay, just, y'all, be mindful of the information you consume. Okay, if y'all don't take nothing else from this video, if after you listen to this information you like, oh hell nah, I'm not in no spiritual psychosis, still take this piece of advice. Be very mindful of the content that you consume. Be very mindful of the people who you are around and, you know, who you associate yourself with. Be mindful of the communities that you're in. Are these people adding fuel to the fire, or are they helping you ground back into reality? You know, that's really the question that you need to ask. You know, are you fueling the fire? You know, are you adding to my irrational thoughts, or are you reminding me to touch some grass? Are you reminding me to ground back into my physical body? You know, so yeah, guys, I'm sorry if this video was like all over the place. I tried to write notes. I tried to keep it very structured. I love you guys so very much, and again, I'm so very appreciative of everyone that's been tuning into my channel, that's been subscribing. Y'all, it's literally insane to me. Like, I never thought that my channel would be getting this type of recognition. It's absolutely insane. And again, my heart goes out to all of you who have experienced spiritual psychosis. You are so fucking strong for being here. You are so brave. I'm so proud of you. Continue healing, continue persevering. You are literally a warrior, okay? Not a warrior, but a warrior, okay? You are strong as fuck. You are brave. And yes, y'all, keep going, keep thriving, keep being on this journey to self-discovery. And if you have experienced a psychosis, don't get down on yourself, y'all. I mean, it's a very thin line when it comes to a spiritual awakening versus a spiritual psychosis, y'all. It's a very thin line. A lot of people have experienced it, you know, so don't get too down on yourself. Just ground yourself and take your time. Take your time. You know, you don't have to get right back into all the spiritual knowledge, y'all. Like I said, my psychosis happened about 2 years ago, and I really feel like this is the first year that I'm truly just embodying all of the shit that I've been learning, you know. Like, I just feel so good. I feel so positive, y'all. And it's like, even on the days when I do have my rough moments, it's like I have all of these spiritual, well, not spiritual, but I have all of these techniques like meditation, journaling, listening to instrumentals. I have support set up now, you know, because I have the vocabulary, because I have the knowledge. I've now made other people around me knowledgeable on this topic, so that way if I do ever experience that, they're able to catch that shit before it gets like super out of hand. You know, I'm able to catch it before it gets super out of hand, you guys. So yeah, y'all, I love y'all so much, and I'm so very appreciative of y'all, and I just pray that y'all stay blessed. Yes, y'all, just stay blessed, y'all. Focus on your path. Don't get too focused on what's going on the outside. Don't get too focused on, you know, trying to obtain all of this knowledge overnight. I promise you guys, what you need to know is what you will know. Period. What you need to know is what you will know. Okay? So yes, y'all, I love y'all so much. Peace.